Hey guys, and welcome back to the Geek Street where the street speaks. Once again, my name is Jess, and I have my geek buddy over here, Harvin. Say hi, Harvin.
What's up, guys? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, so we just want to let you guys know that, we mentioned that we made a comeback, but then after that, we took a break again. I think because everyone got busy again, but still, we're trying our best because, we still want to do what we love. And which is making videos about everything Marvel, Star Wars, or any other content that we can find out. So Loki season 2 had just dropped recently, right? So Harvin previously covered season 1, and now we're going to be covering season 1.
Episode 1 of season 2.
Yeah, episode 1 of season 2. So now we're going to be doing episode 2. So yeah, I'm joining a bit late in the bandwagon, but I just want to say, despite that, nothing has revealed so much so far in season 2, but yet episode 1 and 2 are still very interesting episodes. To be honest, I have to say, episode 1 and 2, I still enjoyed them more than She-Hulk and Miss Marvel combined.
No. You are at least that. I enjoyed Loki, the first 2 episodes for now. I mean, the whole season 1 and now. Compared to Miss Marvel, what you said again, She-Hulk, and also Secret Invasion combined.
Secret Invasion. I don't know, I sort of enjoyed it, but but still nothing can beat Loki. Season 1 was a bomb, and now season 2, I'm very sure it's a bomb because episode 1 and episode 2 is so damn interesting. So let's jump into the review of Loki season 2, episode 2. Okay, guys, so Loki episode 2 just dropped, and I would say so far this is one of the intense episodes that actually happened. Besides intense, I think a lot of emotions was going on in this episode, even though it's just a starting episode. Arvind, what do you think about this entire episode 2?
For me, my entire episode, I wouldn't say this was a filler episode. For me, it had the thing of a filler, but it was necessary because I feel like it was a character development of each of the characters. You can see Mobius, Loki, and also before we move forward, the most important of all, I know Jess forgot to mention this, guys. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert, if you guys have never watched Loki episode 2 yet, okay, it's already dropped. Please go and watch it on Disney Plus as soon as possible. Once you watch that, come back to watch here. Okay, so luckily I said this. Jess is a little rusty, so guys, spoiler alert.
If you guys come and watch this video without watching the episode, I really don't know what to say. Please go and watch.
It's common sense.
It's common sense.
Okay, so spoiler alert. Okay, so just give a few seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's go. Okay, so a review like what you asked me. For me, I felt it was filler, but it was a necessary filler episode. Like, it was more of a character development. And yes, it was a moving plot point. There was, but it was more of a character, which was really necessary for moving forward because everyone, I think, from what ended from season 2, we needed to see what is going on with each of the character, their mindset. So that's why it brings the whole, story forward, and especially with the new characters and characters which we see in season 1 now in season 2 playing pivotal roles. Those kinds of things. So it's very interesting episode actually.
I agree because I think season 1 was more of a focus. It's a very narrow focus, right? It was Loki, Mobius, Sylvie. So it was more about Loki and Sylvie, I would say. The rest were also big characters. But now in this episode 2, it actually revealed more into each one of the characters. What are they chasing for? What are their goals? What are they looking for ever since the TV broke? So I think like you mentioned, it's a filler, but a very necessary filler lah. For example, they introduced a new character known as TVA Agent X5, or as we know it, Brad Wolf.
Brad Wolf, yeah.
So Brad Wolf, or X5, is played by actor named Rafael Casal. So I think even for a very new character into the season, he actually played a very engaging role, I would say, with the interrogation scene and everything, and how he crawled into Loki's skin and Mobius' skin, So yeah, I think that's great, the way they are delving into the characters. And
But you do know, Brad Wolf is a character from the comics, right?
yes, they're supposed to be the Easter egg.
Oh, okay. I mean, since we are going to go there. So, I mean, we already said Brad Wolf is an Easter egg. Yeah, is a character from the comics. He debuted in the Thor comics, so Thor, Loki. So it's a great place for him to be there. So then he's more of a zombie werewolf. He would turn into that. He's a actor who really wants to act in films and everything. So he will eventually turn into the Zaniac character. So the Zaniac character is more like a wolf. Zombie kind of like man wolf kind of thing. So that's the Easter. But we don't know whether he would change into the character, because I mean that's the whole plot. Is it necessary to the plot? That's one more thing. But probably just a small Easter egg. Probably they would, something happens to him and then he'll just change for a bit or something. Like we never know. So we'll see what happens to him. Yeah, and of course he's a very suspicious, because if you watch episode 1, he was very close with General Dogs. Yeah, so that one, you shouldn't take away from that. It's very important.
Yeah, I don't think they will simply introduce one character and go through everything and just to throw him up, because like in the comics also, the story goes almost the same. He's an actor who plays the character Zaniac, but then he gets infected by these parasites and he becomes that monster itself. So who knows, maybe like a post-credit scene or what, they might show him turning into the actual creature.
I mean, not necessarily they have to show this particular X5 being the Brad Wolf character. There are so many timelines out there. And also there's the location, the Void. The Void we saw in season 1. So probably he's one of the variants that you probably see a version of that particular Zaniac character there. Because I think they will visit that location back again in this season. So probably we'll see Zaniac there. We never know.
Yeah, I'm hoping so, especially with people getting pruned and everything. So now looking into, I think one of the letdown was Loki's time slipping issue. Because in the trailers and all, they show him going through his problem of time slipping, but then now in episode 2, within episode 1 actually they fixed that problem, and then now he's back to normal. So I wish that we could have seen more of him traveling back and forth. Right?
I mean, from the trailers and promos we see, we do see him time slipping in a scenes where we did not see from episode 1. So probably he would. I mean we are too early to say, because I don't think it's also a necessary plotline by he's continuously being time slipping. Like he's time slipping the first episode, fixed it, and then episode 2 still time slipping. Like it carries forward. I don't think it's necessary, but I think it would be time slipping somewhere. Maybe because I'm pretty sure things is going to get even worse from episode 4, 5, 6. So probably he would time slip there. It would make sense that he would be time slipping then. So I think they don't want it to be too much of the time slipping the whole way of the season.
Who knows? Maybe something will get messed up when they start time slipping.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's never meant to be fine. That's the whole plan, because Loki is the main base of it, which is going to interconnect to Kang Dynasty, Avengers Kang Dynasty, and Avengers Secret Wars. So, like, it's like a golden egg, this whole Loki series is like the most precious thing. So, I don't think it's going to be a happy ending in any way. It's going to be even worse. That's where you lead on. And it's also going to be interconnected to Deadpool 3. Because Deadpool 3 is going to be messing up the timeline, multiverse also. It's basically another multiverse movie. And it's also rumored that TVA are going to appear there because, he's screwing up and no need to go and capture him, prune him, and stuff like that. So it's very vital, this whole Loki series.
So guys, there's a very slight chance that we might see Deadpool. No, I don't think they'll show Deadpool because I think it will ruin the whole vibe of this episode. But yeah, you can see it'll be interconnected somewhere. It's interesting where it's going. So yeah, and there's actually a lot of Easter eggs within that small scene of where they're going to go capture Brad Wolf himself. Like for example, like the Xenia character, and also while Loki and Mobius are walking, you can actually see some posters when I'm passing by. There's actually a poster of Kingo. So for those of you guys who don't know who Kingo is one of the Eternals from the Eternals movie. So in the movie, he actually explains that he was living a normal life being an actor. And since Eternals, they are immortal, so he was actually acting as, when he's acting during the olden times, he says that that's his grandfather. And then it was his father, and then after that it was himself. So this poster, I think during 1977, so probably he would say that it's his father. It's the same poster that you will actually find in Kingo's plane, his jet. Yeah. When he's showing. Another poster, there's also Phone Ranger. So Phone Ranger, I think is like a funny character. It's from the Marvel comics also, but a very small, minor character who has power to access all telecommunication devices. So I think it's a small knot.
Yes, it's when I think that one of the writers when he was writing, he was inspired by the person who made the telephone. Invented telephone, Graham Bell, right?
Alexander Graham Bell.
Alexander Graham.
The character's name is A.G. Bell.
A.G. Bell, yeah. So it's named inspired by that. So and element, I think his costume also, he has the phone buttons here, and then the whole telephone is on his head. So it's very funny. I mean, back then, Golden Age. I mean, this is an interesting part where Marvel can do where there are a lot of C-list and D-list deep cut characters which they can make use of these characters in episodes, or make use. I mean, instead of just Easter eggs, I really wish they can just portray. It's amazing because it's as silly as it gets. It's also a fan moment for everyone. Everyone will get like, oh my god, it's super deep cut. They'll just live in those moments. So I just hope all these C-list and D-list characters will instead of just being an Easter egg, they literally show up in episodes or in movies, even though it's for a short span. It doesn't matter. But if they work well in the plot line, if they appear, I think it's a good fan service.
I'm telling you now itself, I don't mind any D-list characters, but I don't want to see Phone Ranger. I don't want to see a guy with a telephone on his head. I'm just going to take my TV and just throw it away.
Like imagine him calling for emergency, he'd be like,
Time for emergency. I mean, I don't know what Marvel was up to during that time, Marvel Comics, but yeah, nice not that they put it in there. Huh? So, and it's quite interesting with all of the character developments that is being shown here, especially when you see the scene when Loki and Mobius are chasing Brad Wolf or X5. You actually see Loki using new powers. So I understand that Loki was the god of mischief, is the god of mischief, but in season 1 he doesn't really use that much of his powers because his his powers were inhibited for the first half of the season. Then after that he was relying a lot on Sylvie. But over here you get to see the god of mischief again, because he uses a new power, like a shadow, physical shadow. It reminds me of, Harvin, Ghost movie. Space, and Demi, where the demons, the shadow demons will come and catch the people. I think it's like a nod to that. And of course, he uses his famous duplication protection. And it's quite nice because there was no funny moments or anything. He was just serious the whole time, trying to catch Brad Wolf. So I think it's nice to see the old Loki somewhere inside there, not just the funny and witty Loki lah over there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that there's more for us to see in the following episodes. Also, aside from that, why we like this episode a lot is because of the intensity of the scenes. So like one of the intense scene was during the interrogation. Why we say Rafael Casal, he did a good job playing the role of X5.
Yeah.
You know, when he tries to break down Loki, and when he can't do that to Loki, he tries it on Mobius. So when he says to Loki that, you know, oh, you're a loser, you'll always be a loser, you're a villain, you're meant to murder and everything, you even murdered your own mother. And we can see Loki on the brink of breaking down, but he still composed himself together, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think you can see a lot of character development for Loki.
I mean, to the extent how this Rafael Casal did a good thing there, but to an extent, even Loki, I mean, as a character, he goes and threatens X5, right?
Well, Proton
X5.
yeah.
Okay, just gonna call him Brad Wolf. Okay, so Loki, when he goes even more closer to threaten that particular scene, he does not give in yet. He's like, okay, so you should get him a therapist. Like, he even goes and, like, you know, really butcher Loki even more. I mean, as an audience, while I was watching the episodes, I was like, my God, I really want to strangle this person. It's getting too much on my nerve. You know, it's so annoying. But that's the whole thing. That's acting. If you make your audience feel that means you're doing a good job.
Yeah. If
you did a good job.
Hate you as a villain, then you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
And why for me, I think why Loki didn't break down, especially that it's a bit contradicting also lah. Because one, this Loki is the Loki from 2012, so he never experienced the pain that he go through with Thor later on, or his mother being murdered. So maybe it doesn't hit him as bad. As beside from the other Loki who experienced everything. But at the same time, this Loki is still the young Loki who's always angry and everything, but he still composed himself.
Correct.
Yeah, so I think it's a very a mixture of both lah. Inexperience and also experience.
I mean, yeah, he's balancing both. I mean, imagine. I mean, in season 1, if you would see, he has to go through like a what do you call it? A time lapse of all things happen in his life by just watching the screen. And he has to go through that, and the emotion he gave. Of course, you can see him trying to save the world, trying to, you know, he's turning into, no matter how good he turns, he's always going to be a mischievous god. He's literally the god of mischief. And so much of that's a good thing that the director, how he showed him, like what you said, no matter how much, he's still that Loki, the angry Loki back from 2012. No matter how much he has seen in the screen, or how much he is trying to process, he's still not fully processed. Like how he was, how that the Loki that died, the original Loki that died. So kudos to actually Tom Hiddleston portraying that, and also the directors making sure that happens.
Yeah. Like especially the fact that, you know, he tries to keep to understand, you know, that this is the very fresh version of him, but he keeps it in. So okay lah, this Loki has grown a lot lah in a very short period of time. But on Mobius, on the other hand, I pity that guy, because Mobius, you see Owen Wilson, very chill guy, very chill fella, always so fun. And Brad managed to get onto his nose until he gave him a punch on the face.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing. Why it's a good thing? Because it shows that Mobius is longing for something. It's not that he's like, oh, I got a life on the sacred timeline, and okay, whatever, just move on, do business.
I mean, I really hope they pay off. I mean, not necessarily in this season itself, but it'd be a better thing where they pay off, like when the whole Loki season ends and everything. The happy ending of Mobius should be with the jet skis. So that it should be that, you know, like a fan, you know, when you fan theorize so much of things and that thing happens, is the most fulfilled moment of your life.
And this dwells more into it when Loki and Mobius are sitting eating fake key lime. It looks so
Yeah.
fake, but I imagine it as pandan pie. That's like pandan. Oh, it'd be damn nice.
I mean, for me, again, what's interesting about this whole Loki is we are delving into parts of the TVA which we never discovered before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, remember, like the repairs and advancement where Obi resides from, and the time, the temporal loom, where the temporal loom is. Like all these things, and it's so aesthetic. The whole Loki interior. And the exterior itself, like the art director is just, I don't know. Like I said, I think in my previous episode, I did say that the fact that all those technology is based on retro things. They use retro things and then they make it into a modern technology. That's how amazing it is. I'm just getting like.
Yeah, it's a very, very nice vibe. But yeah, so in that scene where they're eating the key lime pie, they actually delve into it where Loki asks Mobius, don't you want to know how your life is? And we can understand why Mobius has the fear, because he mentions that if it's bad, if his life is bad, then it's fine. I'm fine with it. Because that's how Loki is also, because he knows his future is just to shit. That's why he's willing to help in TV. But what if his life is good and he's missing out on that life? And that is the fear that he has. He doesn't want to go and see that his life could have been good. So it dwells a lot into Mobius's character, and I think his story arc will expand from here.
Yeah.
So probably that's why he'll be like, you know what? Dang it, I'm just going to go and get myself the jet ski. So, and at the same time, during that same scene, Loki also speaks to him about losing your temper and being tactical. And then he references saying that he tapped Iron Man on the chest and nothing happened, so he got angry and he just kicked Iron Man off. So you can see the difference between that Loki, who loses his temper so easily that he doesn't care people die or anything. And this Loki over here, who actually sitting with you and eating key lime pie and trying to give you life advice, saying that, come, let's go see how your life is. So this Loki shifted a lot. I know a lot of people are not happy with it because, with the sudden change with the character. But we need to understand that we've seen a lot of the mischievous Loki, but now Loki is through a heroic journey. So he's trying to make redemption, but I think he won't lose his mischievousness at the same time.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, he won't. Mischievous and bad is two different things. It's totally two different things. So he can be a good hero from here onwards, but still retain the mischievousness. I think that is fine, and I think that is how people should see, instead of thinking, oh, we don't like this Loki anymore and stuff like that. Like, he's god of mischief, not god of bad. Those kind of things.
Yeah. So the good kind of mischief, So aside from Mobius, they also delve into other characters' story arc. For example, like Ouroboros Obi, played by K. Hui Kwan. So K. Hui Kwan, as you guys know, he acted in Indiana Jones. He acted in Everything Everywhere All at Once. So he's becoming a budding actor. I mean, he not to say that he's at the background, he was gone or anything, but he even worked with Matrix, as part of the stunt people. But to see him back on the screens and such a lovable character with a high pitched voice, and I thought he'll just be introduced in the first episode and then he's gone. But they brought him back in episode 2 and to show that he is a vital character in fixing the secret timeline. There's also B-15, played by Wonmi Musaku. In the first season, she was like a side character, just Hunter B-15, But then now she also is aiding in trying to fix the TVA, the only defense against all of He Who Remains Kang's variants. So it's nice to see all of the story are developing. She's fighting for a cause. So
because now everyone's emotions starts coming in. They want to fix all of this and they want to go back to the normal life. So I think they're going to be like whatever it takes kind of thing. So you can see that in Hunter B15. Pretty she's the only one we can see, but I'm pretty sure all of them, because you see people are capturing people who are being rebellious in the TVA, who still wants to go and prune people, but it's like a two factions right now going on in the TVA. It's like they people who want to preserve back the whole sacred timeline, people who wants to not prune all the innocent people, make sure everything is, they want to go back to their life. So there's like two factions going on. So in the good faction, you see B15. And of course, you see Obi. Oh my God, Obi, she's amazing. The actor, whenever he comes on the screen, I'm like, it's just so jolly to see him there. Like I just can't wait to see him every time. I just hope he'll be not only be in the Loki episodes or seasons. Hope he cross over to other things. I mean, him being a big tech guy in the TV is something which needs to be part of the whole Marvel universe as it comes, slowly culminate to something. Yeah.
Well, hopefully they venture into that, because now right now Marvel is just like pumping out characters. So hopefully he'll stay relevant at some point. Speaking of what you say, right, Harvin, like faction, there's the faction that wants to prove people, and then there's a faction that wants to save people. So this is like a mini version of Avengers Infinity War. So we have the Avengers who wants to save humanity, and then we have Thanos and his crew that wants to decimate humanity.
Correct.
So, now they introduced General Dogs. So General Dogs, I'm guessing, is one of the you can say villains of the season. So she literally destroyed so many branched timelines that she actually killed a few trillion human beings. When you destroy timeline, you're actually destroying lives.
Yeah.
So I can say she's at like Thanos level. She actually murdered a lot of people. So don't take General Dogs very lightly. You may see her like a normal character, but she actually murders a lot of people.
But the thing is, you heard the rumors that General Dogs is the rumors is that she's actually an older version of Sylvie, which is you see, this is the thing about the TVA. It's the older version. You've already seen what is going on. So probably she's seen everything, and she's in the TVA, or she's lying about she's being General Dogs, and it's like her grand plan, and she doesn't want all these things to branch out. She wants to make sure all of this. So maybe it's to save her own self or something else. Because if she was Sylvie, that means she's from the future. That means she has seen things how play out. So she's back here to make sure all of these things doesn't happen, probably. So that's the rumors right now. Because she's played one of the actress from Game of Thrones. Her name is Kate Dickey, right? Yeah, I mentioned on the previous episode. So if you're putting a big actress into it, so definitely plays a big role. Not just the general just to do some stuff and then get captured and those kind of things. So we'll see how these things play out.
Very bold claim. But I don't know. I don't know whether will they go until that level for Sylvie, who's been in the TV for a very long time. But I don't know. I stopped giving so much of hope, because I remember every time we theorized like all high and mighty and everything, but turns out it's like. But okay. Yeah, I mean, that is the whole point for our theories, right? We're supposed to have this kind of theory. If it works like, damn, wow. But if it doesn't work, then okay, she's just a general.
I mean, if you say it in that way, you just remember that everyone who's in the TVA, at a certain point, they always constantly get their mind wiped. So they don't know who's General Dogs. So General Dogs can become in between somewhere or some other time, in any of the time, because she's Sylvie, right? She can come in between any of those and mind wipe whoever is necessary to get mind wipe, and she just continue being there. So she can even be one of the latest addition to be inside the TVA. Like she just came in, but she mind wiped everyone. So people think that she's been there for so long. She's General Dogs. So we never know.
Okay. I will accept. Very viable, very bold. But and you can see, how everyone's goals are, right? Everyone has their own goals, and then they even focus on Loki's and Sylvie's goal. So like now, Sylvie's goal right now is, I just want to enjoy life. I'm going to work at McDonald's. I'm going to serve McDonald's, and she just wants to relax. That's what she wants to enjoy, freedom. But Loki, on the other hand, his main focus is, initially in season 1, you can see he was hand in hand with Sylvie, trying to find he who remains, trying to kill him. In love with Sophie, trying to be there for her no matter what. But now his goal shifted. Now he's focusing more into how to save the timelines. Not only the sacred timeline, but all the branch timelines also. Sorry. I mean, his direction is to destroy the branch timelines to avoid all of the variants coming and attacking the sacred timeline. So saying that TV is the only defense. So you can see the goals of Loki shifted, and now both Loki and Sylvie are not seeing eye to eye anymore. That's why you can see the tension in between them, even when they hold hands, because when they are together, their powers are stronger. And they hold hands, and Sylvie said, "Don't have any ideas." So a very heated thing going on. So we want to see how their relationship is going to go, especially Loki saying that he saw Sylvie in the future of the TVA. So,
I mean, Loki, like what you mentioned, it's not that Loki wants to preserve the sacred timeline and prune all the others. It's just that he knows the fact that he just knows the fact that if the timelines branch out, things are going to get worse. But he's also at the same time trying to figure out also how to save people who are inside the branch timeline. So he's still interested, but for Sylvie, is just letting the timeline branch. Just let it branch. She don't want to see the consequences. So so that's why they don't see eye to eye. So Loki is in a shape where, of course, when you say in the last resort, you want to just have the sacred timeline, so shit don't get worse. But at the same time, there are trillions of lives at stake when you prune people. So he's trying to, save all these things. So it's like the deep shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's stuck. So hopefully they can find alternate options. And that's where the next episodes will be coming on. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to have episode 3, 4, 5, 6. We still have a few more episodes. I understand it's only 6 episodes for the entire season, but it's also enjoyable because each episode is about 45 to 49 minutes long. So I feel very force hati when watching, not like the simple 20 minutes episodes that you find in WandaVision, So we have a lot to delve into, and this episode 2 itself actually gives us an idea of which direction it's going to go. And not only episode 2, but then from the trailers and previous movies. So one of the most notable ones, for example, in episode 2, right, when Obi tries to access the system to fix the temporal loom so that the TV doesn't collapse, it says access denied. And when Loki asks who can access it, he says that the original designer of the TVA, he can access into it. So which is he who remains, but he's dead. And also at the same time, they mentioned that the other person who can access it is Miss Minutes, because Miss Minutes is the one that was running the entire TV the whole time. But now she's gone rogue, she disappeared. So they probably have to encounter her lah. But
I mean, it was even Obi mentioned in episode 1, if you remember, that when Loki, Mobius all go visit the temporal loom, Obi says that nobody actually comes down here to the temporal loom because it's always been taken care of by Miss Minutes. Only Obi goes in to just do diagnostics
every few hundred years.
That is how long he has been there.
Yeah, exactly. So Miss Minutes has been running the whole thing. She's basically Kang's assistant, he who remains assistant lah. So and it's safe to say that we will experience both encounters, because if you look at Loki's season 2 trailer, we will actually see a scene where Miss Minutes is chasing them. So we know that they will encounter Miss Minutes, probably asking her, hey, come and help us fix this thing. And at the same time, if you watch Ant-Man Quantumania, again, spoiler alert, anyone who never watched Ant-Man, if you never watch the post-credit scene, please go and watch. Okay, I'm giving you time so that you will pause the video. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now I'm going to talk about Ant-Man Quantumania. You never watch, I don't know what to say. So in Ant-Man Quantumania, one of the post-credit scene, I don't know, is it the first or the second one? They will actually show Loki and Mobius in an olden time, probably in the 1950s or 40s, they will go into this like an exhibition, and Victor Timely, basically we are theorizing it's he who remains. It's either it's he who remains or one of his variants presenting something about space. So we know that they are going to encounter a version of Kang. So why they're going to encounter, we don't know. But now we have an idea, probably to go to the younger version of He Who Remains and tell him, hey, you created a mess for us. Please come and fix it. I'm guessing that's how it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, from what you say, I also can just... what you said, yeah, it's true. It can either be He Who Remains himself when he was young, like he was still young. And then it can be another variant. And as you said, per trailer also, Miss Minutes is also in that trailer, that particular timeline. I think there was like early 1800s, right? The particular timeline.
Yeah, sure.
Around that. Yeah, around that. So it's Miss Minutes will be there, and also Ravonna Renslayer also will be there. So I think in that whole location, that whole timeline, of course, like what you mentioned, I think how this are going to play out. Like if they want the aura, not necessarily they want the person who remains the actual person's aura, like he's the one who did it, right? Not necessarily. Most of the variants of Kang are geniuses because they come from the 20th century. So in most of the one, you go and pluck it out also. 31st century. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So from whoever they're going to take him from, he's all geniuses. They can figure out. So I think what he's going to play out, like Loki all go and try to take Victor Timely to come and help them out with this temporal loop, and Ravonna Renslayer and Miss Minutes, because I think Miss Minutes, because if you remember, Casey says that Miss Minutes is the one who's helping Ravonna Renslayer.
Yeah.
From template, right?
Together, yeah.
Yeah. So Miss Minutes and Ravonna Renslayer probably goes in a timeline to not let Loki and all take Victor Timely to TVA back to help them. So to prevent that. So probably this is what's going to happen, play out probably.
I can reconcile with that theory. So I think that's the direction where they're going at. While that's Loki and Mobius business, we also see a possibility of where Sylvie might be heading to. Like then earlier Harvey mentioned that she might be General Docs trying to prevent the timeline from crunching, right? It can be supported a bit because when you see at the end of season 2, episode 2's episode, at the end of episode 2, Sylvie sitting on a truck, she'll actually look at the tempad that she took from He Who Remains. So who knows, maybe she's having a change of mind because she just wanted to enjoy her life, right? But now she's looking at the tempad, so I think she has an idea. Maybe she's trying to come back to fix things. And that's why we actually see her in the future of the TVA, where she tries to open the lift door open. Maybe she's coming to fix things. And probably her entire goal will change on preserving the sacred timeline and killing all of other realities.
The tempad she has, He Who Remains tempad is more advanced than any of the tempads, right? So, I mean, it's definitely a key role. And one more thing we need to remember that who pruned Loki in episode 1? That's the thing. Who pruned Loki? So, you never know. So, that's the future of the episodes to come. So, oh my god, so excited. I just like, when the hell is going to drop the next episode?
Yeah. Really, initially, I didn't want to watch all of the episodes. I wanted to wait for all the episodes to come out. But then I'm like, oh no, we have the records, so I have to watch it. If I were given the choice, I would wait for all of the episodes. Then after that, I'll just watch everything in a binge because that's how good Loki is.
But I think you do need to watch, because don't forget that the Marvels is releasing in early November. So Loki would not end until I mean, it will end after Miss Marvel releases a week late. After that, only the thing ends. So you never know. Probably because rumors is that the story of the Marvels is going to play around a little bit with the incursions, which in Doctor Strange they delve into the incursions thing, right? So there's going to be an essence of it. So yeah, so make sure you watch this.
Marvel, stop doing this. Do one thing at a time. Don't mix. I got no money to go and watch everything. So yeah, basically that's the review that we have for Loki season 2 episode 2, and we are excited for the other episodes that are coming soon. And I hope that you guys enjoyed what we had to share, and make sure that if you guys have any theories or anything that you want to share, what you feel like about the episode, make sure to leave it in the comments below, and we really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe our YouTube channel, the Geek Street. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, the geekstreet.my. Basically, we'll be active back again, posting everything. I mean, Harvin has been doing a really great job. He's our editor, so you get a lot of geek news. Anything about geek news, you'll see it over there. And we also have a Discord community where we basically talk everything, not only Marvel, but basically any movies that we like. They don't like Transformers, so I got no one to talk about Transformers. But if you guys love Transformers also, please come and join. But yeah, basically that's it. So we hope to see you guys for Loki season 2 episode 3. So till then, It is the Geek Street, and the street has spoken. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye guys. Ciao.